Hey guys, so it's T, and this is Flower Child's Tea, and we have Shanice here with us today. We're going to be giving her we're going to be gaining some insight on her new film perspectives. Some may know her by Niece Anderson.
Yeah,
Go ahead and give us some insight on what this film is about, Shanice.
sure. So Perspectives is it's a film about communication in relationships. A hopeless romantic is planning to marry his girlfriend. At the same time, his girlfriend is contemplating breaking up. She sees him as insecure, jealous, controlling, and he sees her as a poor communicator. So it's really a film that gets into, what is healthy communication, what is too much, too little, what is respect, what is control. So we're really hitting some hard concepts with this film. Um, and it's
Okay, so
yeah,
when you say communication within relationship, we're basically just talking about relationship romance, nothing outside of a romance film.
that's a really good point. It's a romance driven film.
Okay, cool. And you were saying a hopeless romantic. So
Mhm.
he's the hopeless romantic, not the girl.
Yeah, so the male lead that's planning marriage with his girlfriend, he would be considered the hopeless romantic in this case. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I never really had a view on a male being the hopeless.
Yeah, man. It's out
Oh,
here. It's out
okay.
here.
Anything else we need to know about this film? It's basically just on open communications within the two relationship, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we can go deeper. You can always hit a deeper layer, but that would be the overview, of what the film is about.
Okay, and the lead female role. So she, what is she? Is she more out, or what is? When you said she doesn't want that relationship, she wants to break up, or she's basically contemplating it.
Mhm.
Is it her own not I wouldn't say insecurities, but is it her own issues that she's battling that's portraying that? Does she not have love for that character, or can you give us some insight on that?
Well, I'm not sure what the question is. Are you asking is she in love? Is she not in love with her boyfriend?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
If she's
Um.
contemplating that breakup, something's going on in her head.
mhm. Yeah. So basically, and I don't want to give away too much of the film. I want y'all to watch it.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
good film, but there is an element of like having discussions with her family that is influencing her choice and potentially breaking
Ah,
up with her boyfriend. So she loves him, you know what I mean? But it's a situation where it's like, damn, he is, a little insecure from her perspective. He is a little jealous. And so, it's kind of being reinforced by, the people that she confides in.
all right, so I've seen the film. I don't want to kind of go into my personal perspective on that.
Uh-huh.
But do you think that maybe viewers may, or not even viewers, do
Mhm.
you believe that family members play a role in general, and
Mm.
viewers may be able to see that
Yeah.
perspective?
I think
Okay.
it's real. And you know what's so interesting about the film Perspectives? It's and partly it's me, I have these two actors, the lead male, the lead female, and we're saying that we're exploring their perspectives, but in reality, there's more than just their perspectives. The
Definitely.
supporting actor that plays Destiny is also another perspective. She has another perspective, and so I think that it's definitely very real, like real life. Everybody has points of view.
Including the audience, who we would love to hear everyone else's
Yes,
perspective of
for
this
sure.
as well.
That's what we want. We really want to know what you guys feel about this film. Yeah,
All right, so let me kind of grab some of these questions here.
awesome.
See, so yeah, that first question I was asking, when you were looking for the cast members,
Mhm.
exactly what were you looking for in each character
Mm,
for that role? What was it? Qualities, just anything for them to make that star role to fit.
that's
If
a
that
really
makes
good question. No, that's a really awesome question. Um, and that's the thing. I was so blessed to, really get some talented actors come across my desk,
definitely,
man. I
definitely
was like,
was.
wow, because I would say like, with the character that plays Isaiah, um, you know, listen, at first I was struggling getting a male actor for that role because a lot of guys that would kind of come, they would kind of automatically have like this tough guy persona. And the thing about the Isaiah role is he's very dynamic.
His demeanor was
Yeah, it's a
definitely
range. It's not, just tough guy. He's able to get into a vulnerable element. He can be, upset. He can be happy. So I was so, like completely like, impressed by the actual actor Armand Perry, his performance because he was really able to
I can agree there. I can definitely agree, and he's very talented as
give
well.
those textures to the role. Exactly. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And then with the male female, with the lead female, sorry, I was just looking for somebody that could detach, you know what I mean? Because I was having different, actresses come in and read for Jada, and they were kind of like, just reading the lines. But, Erica McNary, when she came in, she really um, just kind of embodied that
That
detachment,
role,
that aloof, that indifference. You know what I'm saying? That was really
definitely.
necessary for that role or
Yeah,
different parts of it.
definitely. I'm definitely glad she was able to grasp that part for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, when you were doing the auditions, here's another question.
Mm,
I forgot what it was you said, but I lost my train of thought. Anyways,
mm,
when you were doing the auditions, did you do like a documentary audition, or was this more of
mm.
um,
What do you mean by documentary
like
auditions?
did you have the cast do kind of like a video setup of themselves to audition for that
Oh,
role,
I see.
or was this just in person audition?
Yeah, all
How
auditions
did you
were.
get that feel for that character when you seen it in person?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even post COVID, man, I said, nah, don't send me no video. It was a couple. It was a couple people like, I can't make the casting call. Can I send a video submission? No, and if you do, it's not gonna
Or is
qualify.
that something you prefer
No,
when
I
doing
want them
your
in person, bro. I need them in
okay?
person. Like I have to talk to you, and it gives you more opportunities, right? Because it's like,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. So
And
yeah,
characteristic, it helps play a role. Get to know their character outside of just acting.
for sure,
Um,
for sure. I want to
definitely.
see it all. Hmm.
Here's another question, Shanice. What inspired this role?
The role or the
I
film?
mean, sorry, the film. What
Okay,
inspired this film?
what inspired this film?
Yeah.
Listen, this is real life. Like you got to know that every time I talk to my friends or just see the type of situations they're going through, and even myself, maybe I've been through a couple of these. And it just made me say, hey, these are real stories that need to be told because I feel like so often, people get into relationships and they feel so attracted to the other person. They feel that connection. But then they start to realize there's some compatibility issues. So
Yeah.
that's why, I felt like, okay, you know what? Someone needs to talk about this. Someone needs to put the magnifying glass on these issues. And to be honest, this is the type of film that I would recommend for a first date. I would recommend it for girls' night, guys' night.
Yeah. You
Men
know what?
like
Because
this
it
film
could
too.
help. It could help others that are in the upcoming dating range
Yes. Hmm.
learn to be open
For
within their
sure.
communication.
You can learn
So
more about your partner if you have a conversation after watching this film based on each other's perspectives. you can actually learn, okay, is this somebody I really want to date? Because this movie is going to bring those issues to the forefront that could show up later in your connection.
So I know you said you it's more of an overall communication style within people in general, not just yourself per
Mhm.
se. But
For
do
sure.
you feel that you could have or may have
Hmm.
wrote this film with any personal?
Wow, this is getting crazy over here. Honestly, I
Just
think that
curious.
that's a question that I'm trying to
Like
keep
from a personal
come to the
perspective,
desk.
I'm saying like
Hmm.
not anything, which is fine because you have your personal perspective
Hmm.
on communication within your relationships, but you also see it
Hmm.
from your friends and what they tell you.
Yeah.
But not being there, you don't really know the other parties' perspectives. You can only go based off of what
Mm,
your friend tells you. So do you
well,
feel
I don't necessarily agree with that because the thing about this film, I definitely feel like I understand and I deeply have compassion for both characters. You know what I'm saying? I think that I could see why each character behaves the way they are. I can see myself in either
that's
character.
good? That's
You
good.
know what I'm saying? So it's not a thing
Oh,
of
you get so these are a few questions that are kind of just about the film industry in general.
okay. Hmm.
How much patience would you say it takes? I know
Mm,
for me, when I knew the film was coming out, I was eager to see it. I'm sure a few others was as well,
mm,
and just kept when you would keep posting like the little snippets and clips. It's like, come on, show me the film. So for us, it
yeah.
is, but I do have that understanding for you guys as well. It takes work. It takes
Hmm.
a lot of editing. It takes a lot of like reviewing
Yeah.
before you can actually give it out there to the audience.
That's so true.
So,
Yeah.
from a producer's perspective, how much patience would you say it takes in creating films in the film industry in general?
Oh yeah. You gotta have that when it comes to patience. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have any?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, um, my editor probably hates me. But I was rough on everybody. I was rough on the actors too. You know what I mean? And I had them re-say lines and a lot of stuff. And then with my editor, I had him, redo scenes. So it's like,
It was real. I mean, and it's a trial and error.
so now I'm trying to tell people that, hey, the film is about communication. What is too much? What is too little? What is control, what is respect, you know what I'm saying, because it's all of those things and there's all of those perspectives.
Definitely,
'Cause
definitely.
there's definitely a perspective that
And
this guy
the
is a
way we
controlling
were
guy.
the way our upbringing definitely plays a role in that, and what
Hmm.
our perspective was, what we noticed, what we seen, what we thought was respect or
Hmm.
communication styles within our home, what made us have that personal perspective. So you do need everyone else's point of view for real. Some may think he was controlling, but to some he could have been just that pure manipulator, or to some he could have been both, or to some he was probably just really concerned and needing that reassurance or that confirmation, or just who knows. So you're right, absolutely, I agree.
And I don't want to have any bias. I want it to be completely up to the viewer because this is the story plain. This is, not showing anybody sweeter than what they are. This is just
Thank you.
what
Yeah.
it is. This is just what happens between this couple. And I also just wanted to say that damn, what was
Here,
I?
August.
Oh yeah. And one thing too, attachment styles. You feel
Mm,
me? I feel like, oh yeah, I think we had a conversation about that before, but there's anxious attachment style, there's avoidant. And I feel like this film showcases that dynamic as well. The anxious versus avoidant attachment style. And how like, yo, the anxious attachment style is like, hey, I just want to fix this. Like this is what I feel. I'm emotional. And the avoidant is like, yo, I don't want to deal with those emotions. It's overwhelming. I just want to detach.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't, you know what I'm saying? So there's two different styles of of
And
attachment.
that's
Two different
crazy. Like we really live in the world where I can see that in so many people, just
yeah,
knowing their scenarios or things that they go through. Like I see
period.
even those styles.
Both styles, you know what I'm saying? So it's deep, bro. Like so many layers to this film, and I just want people to really experience all the layers.
Cool beans, cool beans.
Yeah. Period. Period. Sorry. Don't do that. That's not allowed. Wow. Wow. And I can't believe it went viral. Like that shit pissed
I
me off.
mean, viewers like you are the reason she's viral.
Because I was watching it pure awe, pure shock. When I first seen it, I'm like,
When I first seen it, I'm waiting for the verse to come in, and that's the only reason I sat there, and it never came. When is she
it's
gonna
a whole, yeah, it's
drop?
one of them duets. Yeah, that definitely can shock someone to just see her do all of that and then just stop. Yeah, I could see where that would have been shocking for you. Like,
All right, here's a question for the director, or not director, sorry, producer. It's two
mm,
actually. I don't know if these were portrayed to you, but
okay.
was it hard trying to keep your budget unaffected when you were
Mm,
creating this film?
that's a really awesome question. I'm just really impressed by your questions, and
Thank
I'm
you.
being honest about that. Um, but when it comes to budget, um, I don't think I exceeded my budget. I did have I kind of had a general amount that I wanted to spend on the film, and I wasn't like super duper I wasn't super like strict on the number, but at the same token, I was trying to keep my costs as low as possible. You know what I'm saying? When it came to filming, location, like everything, like there was definitely some areas that, we tried to just keep the cost low as possible. So that was my strategy. And I think in the end, I did end up having some unexpected costs here and there, but it wasn't anything to where I'm like, oh no, I went over budget. Oh no, I can't pay my bills. Like things, things were handled.
Okay. Now let me just tell you, this is my perspective. Just in general, I love the name,
Okay.
but it plays outside of just communication and relationships. It plays in so many areas in life.
Mm,
Because let me tell you my perspective on when you told me you were doing this.
yeah.
I am so I don't know. I'm free, like
Yeah.
free mind, literally,
Mm,
because I had no idea a budget came with this. And what's so wild is, as we were talking throughout the time of you actually producing all of this and doing everything,
mm,
I started learning money was involved, and I'm like, what? What? Who's paying for what or why? And I'm like, remember I
mm,
asked you, I'm like, wait, you paid for this?
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it was a complete shock. I
Yeah.
get it. It does have to be done. And
Mm,
I'm not trying to knock someone. Like definitely, they know their worth, the characters or the
yeah.
cast.
Mm,
So they're not going to do anything free, of course. So it makes sense. It's like I'm not gonna just go, but some probably have that, do free little jobs. Anyways, what I'm getting at is I had no idea budgets went with films, but it rung a bell. I'm like, duh.
in my situation, as just making a short film, the money was really spent in post production when we were getting the film edited. That is a costly process. editing and just getting the film put together
I can
is
see
more
that.
costly than actually shooting it. So,
Cause yeah, at the end, like not at the end, but after everything was said and done,
mm,
there was still little nicks and knacks that were
yeah,
tweaked to the
yeah, yeah.
film
So, yeah.
that had to be added, which was unexpected, but it was needed.
Mm-hmm.
So wow, yeah, I had no idea, but I think my thing was like, dang, it's the dedication because
Mm-hmm.
you had to do it like as a standalone. It's not like you have, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I had no funding for this film.
Yeah, like
I didn't
no
raise
sponsor.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have no
So
sponsors.
that's why I'm like,
Uh,
whoa, wait.
hmm.
But
Yeah,
no,
for sure.
that's good. It's definitely a good perspective for someone to look in and see because it shows dedication to your craft.
For sure, for sure. And I
That's
bust
needed.
my ass, bro. Like, this is real. Like niggas, I mean, I'm still getting a hood on here. And let me stay in my professional writer bag. But, you know, I I definitely have a regular job and had multiple regular jobs, you know, and I worked hard and saved and, I had, a savings. And so that's how I was able to do this. So then, you know, when I talk to people and they say, oh, I never have the time or money, you know, yeah, you can because
You really do,
I
and you
have a
can't.
regular job. I did it. You know what I mean? So it's possible.
Definitely, it's so much networking
Yeah.
once you do get your foot wet within
Mhm.
the craft that you admire with anyone.
Right.
It's definitely great networking because you could connect with so many other like-minded individuals. Okay, Shani, so to wrap this up, what here's my last question for you.
Okay.
What is what are you desiring to get from the audience on this
Mm.
film?
What am I trying to accomplish with this film?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Honestly, I just want people to like just see kind of just see another perspective. See the other side, and I just feel like it could be really like a healing, experience if somebody watches this film and kind of resonates with one of the characters, sees themselves in that character, and then by the end they start to see the other person's side. Or I've had people
Definitely.
watch it once and they resonated with one, watch it again, resonate with the other, and they
Oh wow.
understand where both is coming from, and then they can kind of say, damn, was I this girl before, was I this guy, like,
And you know what? That's how I felt with it because you kind
mm-hmm,
of you watch it a few times and
mm-hmm,
you start to apply it. You apply it with your own self,
that's right,
and you definitely see your partner's perspective.
for sure.
So,
Yeah, yeah. And that's why it's so important, and I think that when people see this film, like, that can totally happen. And even if they're having a conversation, like I said, this is a good first date night film, girls night in, like. And then even through that conversation where you have a perspective, they have a perspective, you can see how your friend thinks on it, and that could be healing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think at the end of the day, the whole goal is just to get this message out about healthy communication, what it is, and have people debate about it. That's the full goal right there.
I like that. I like that. Well,
Yeah,
thank you for chatting with me. I
thank you
like
so much.
to be here.
Thank you. I really just want your viewers to, check out the film. If y'all want to see the film, man, right now you can actually see it. It's on YouTube right now. Perspectives Part Number One. That'll make it easier. Um, by channel Apex Pictures on YouTube. If you search that right now, you can watch the film. Leave a comment, man. Let us know what you think. Let us know your perspective, And also follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/perspectivesfilm_. Thank you so much, Flower Child Tea, for having me on the Flower Child Tea podcast. Hope to come back, and I really enjoyed it.
She'll be back.